Welcome back to Hockey Talks. I'm Carl. That is Dave. We'll start off by news with Nikolai Ehlers, the last remaining unrestricted free agent that anybody ever cared about. Nikolai Ehlers goes to the Carolina Hurricanes.
That's a good
on
pickup.
a 6-year, $51 million contract.
$9 million a year, hey?
It's a big contract.
Yeah.
He's a good player. He performed well in Winnipeg. I'm not 100% sure why he wanted to leave Winnipeg, because they were right there, right close to making it to the Cup Finals, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're a really, really good team, really strong team. Good goaltending. Carolina, I think.
Winnipeg was close to making the Cup final?
Okay, maybe not. Maybe not close. Who'd they get eliminated? Dallas Stars?
Yeah, they came back in that third period.
Right,
I think,
yeah.
right? Yeah, Dallas did.
Yeah. Rantanen.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I could see why he may want to leave the team, especially because they've been a couple of years now where they've had a good competitive team and haven't been able to go deep with them. So
that's true. Carolina has not been able to do that either,
yeah,
though. And I feel like
they got
Winnipeg's
embarrassed by
stronger.
Florida.
I feel like Winnipeg's a stronger team than Carolina. But maybe it was just suited better. He doesn't have to be in the climate of Winnipeg or Manitoba. And he gets to go down to Raleigh, Carolina, where it is a lot warmer and the weather is usually much nicer.
Yep. The people are also much more interesting.
That could be. And Winnipeg might not have wanted to pay him that much.
Yeah.
Which I think he's
It could be the money too. Yeah.
$6 million for Nikolai Ehlers. Oh, not 6 million, 6 years. Nikolai Ehlers, $51 million.
It's $9 million a year ish.
About what he's worth, I think.
Yeah.
If he stays healthy. But going the other way, leaving Carolina was Dmitry Orlov, who went to San Jose because they needed to make cap space for Ehlers. So Orlov went to the Sharks on a 2-year deal. But they also add Nick Leddy off waivers.
Oh, I don't know who any of these people are.
That is just the reports that I see are in here right now. But let's move on from Winnipeg. Actually, we want to talk about a WHL and the NCAA, actually CHL in general.
Yep. Let's talk about what we want to talk about.
Yes, let's do that. If you haven't heard, there has been a deal that was reached last season about NCAA and CHL. I guess kind of getting together and making it work. So if you play in the WHL or the NCAA, that you can go to either league. See, if you go if you go and played in the WHL or the CHL, you could not transfer to the NCAA. You could not play college at all, right? You had to stay with that league. Now you can transfer over there if you want to midway through your career in the WHL or CHL, such as Gavin McKinnon did, one of the top prospects to go in the 2026 NHL draft. He played for the Medicine Hat Tigers in WHL.
Yeah.
Had a fantastic season with them, but he opted out. He finished high school now, so he opted out to go play in the NCAA for Penn State. So is this going to be an ongoing thing now that people are going to start transferring out of CHL and into the NCAA? Because they get endorsement deals, whereas the CHL, they do not, right? They get free education and all that kind of stuff, and I think NCAA does as well, but you get endorsement deals so you can get paid that way in NCAA. You think there's going to be a bigger transfer now that that's allowed?
I'm going to tell you one thing, it's not going to slow down.
Mm-hmm.
And here's why. The NHL has been expanding rapidly over the number of years, and let's say even just the last 20 years, they've probably increased their team amount. What would that be, like 7-8 teams? Maybe? Something like that?
In the WHL?
No, the NHL.
Oh, the NHL.
Yeah, I'm connecting the dots here.
Yeah. Okay.
So NHL is expanding. NHL expands, and more people want to play hockey. More people want to play hockey, and it becomes more competitive, and people want to watch those more amateur games. Similar to what happens in football in America, in USA. So the more interest there is for hockey, the bigger the I guess crowd base for the tier under the NHL, like the WHL and the OHL, right? And the more those grow, the more they're going to be changing in and out of American teams as well. That's what I see it. That's the way I see it.
Yeah,
So,
and
if that made any sense at all.
yeah, absolutely. And also, if you finish in the WHL, which the max age for WHL is 21,
Mm-hmm.
right? You can't transfer to college hockey and keep playing. I mean, you can go maybe to an AHL affiliate if you can get into one, but if your WHL career finishes, it's a lot harder to jump to the NHL. There's no middle ground really, right? So where NCAA, you can play longer, right? As a college career, right? You can play longer and gives you another window to get into the NHL. So I think a lot of players will want to jump towards that. But what does that even mean for the WHL and CHL? If everybody wants to transfer over there, I'm not saying everybody wants to, but they seem like they get a bit better opportunities out there, a longer chance to get into it, right? And that is the other way. It doesn't really draw much attention to the other side, of the CHL or WHL or anything like that. So I don't know. There's got to be a fine line where you might see more players go in that direction, and then hopefully not put the CHL into a state where it having a hard time getting players.
Well, I don't and
keeping players.
Yeah, and I don't know if that'll really happen. Like the way I see it, and just the thought, right, is that the pool is widening. The pool is getting bigger. And that's a good thing because these players can then get endorsed and make more money. And then it becomes a little bit easier for these players to pursue that, right? So I think the less path of a resistance path, I guess, to it, the better it would be. The more interest you'd get from kids and players. So it would take a while before anything like that were to happen, though. Because, I mean, just because they do it now doesn't mean there's going to be all these nowadays 12-year-olds pursuing hockey. Like it'll be 6-7 years before we really see that happen.
Oh, absolutely.
That's where I was connecting, going to go full circle with what happened in the NHL, right? They expand teams, more and more interest comes about. And now all those kids that watched hockey when they were growing up, that have been playing hockey, that are getting into the NHL, and it's going to go full circle the more the NHL expands.
Yeah.
Because it's all more. It's an umbrella of hockey, right?
Yeah. So it'll take a few years to see how it plays out, and I think it will be for the better. It gives people more options, give the kids more options, right?
Yeah.
But if anything to help the game grow is good.
Yeah.
As long as it all continues that direction, right? Shifting gears. I wanted to talk about my Vancouver Canucks.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Now, I brought up last time that Evander Kane signed a contract with the Vancouver Canucks, and I wasn't too thrilled about that. Given the fact of, Evander Kane's history with San Jose, the Edmonton Oilers, he takes a lot of penalties. He's very undisciplined, for the most part. And he didn't actually even play the entire season last year, except for in the playoffs. And he is a very, very emotional player, and he loves to try to push buttons on a lot of other people, right? But he goes way too far.
He's the guy that breaks the rules but always gets caught.
Always, yeah, that's a good way to put it. He always gets caught. He's always in the penalty box. Like, look at the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah.
How many times was he in that box?
At least 2.
Right. Yeah. At least 2. Like, every game, maybe. Every game. I'm not a fan of him coming to Vancouver. I don't think we need a guy like that. And it just seems like another guy for Pettersson to clash with. And
the whole world has to revolve around Pettersson, right?
Oh, yeah. That's the way it's looking. That's the way it's looking, right?
That's ridiculous,
so, Vander Kane, I guess we'll have to see. He's on a 1-year contract. We'll see where that goes. But we just kind of resolved all the problems in there, and now we're just adding more problems into that dressing room.
Yeah. So, management. Yeah.
Where are we going with this? I don't think this is a good call at all.
They signed him for 8 years? How long?
Who? Kane?
Yeah.
1 year.
Or what? Oh, it is a short term.
I think it's just a 1-year contract.
It was, I'm thinking of the guy in Edmonton, Duchesne. I think they signed for 8 years.
Oh,
Bouchard.
Bouchard. Bouchard was 4.
Oh, 4? Oh,
yeah.
I thought he was more. Okay, I'm just crazy.
8 years. Somebody did. But
yeah.
Oh, Frederick.
Oh,
Trent Frederick signed for an 8-year contract.
I totally knew that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But
I know who that is.
Vancouver Canucks need to make sure everything's lined up this year, because they were playing really well, and then the conflicts between Pettersson and Miller just got way too loud, and it started affecting way more than just what was in that locker room,
Mm-hmm.
and everything just fell apart for that team. Now, I still think it should have been the other way. Miller staying in Vancouver and Petey getting shipped out.
Yeah.
But
Little Petey.
here we have it again. He has another buddy to bug, and we'll see what happens this year.
Yeah.
What do you think of the whole situation
On Vancouver?
on Vancouver and Kane being there? And
I just think that they don't have a clear direction. It seems like what's happening is they're just trying to scrape together an idea, and they don't really know what direction to go, so they're kind of going every direction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if you're going to rebuild or build, like, go with a direction. Get rid of Miller, get rid of Pettersson. There you go. And choose and go a different direction. But it seems like what they're trying to do is accommodate some players, when it's like, that's not how you go deep in the playoffs. It's not how you win a cup. You have to have a high conviction, and in order to do that, you have to be able to get rid of players, right? And the reality is, it doesn't seem like you're going to be able to build a team that you need to win the cup with Pettersson on board, because you need. I'm not saying you need Kane, but you do need players that are harsh, aggressive, can rub people the wrong way, and you also need players that can tolerate them.
Yeah, well, you don't need somebody that whines and complains about every little thing that's happening, right?
Not that kind of guy doesn't win a cup.
That kind of guy doesn't win a cup, and that kind of thing we need to get out of there.
Yeah.
One thing that really shocked me is them re-signing Besser.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Like, here we go again with management.
Yeah.
Don't know what. I think it shocked a lot of people that Besser signed a contract with Canucks, because they wanted to trade him multiple times, trying to get Besser out of there, and all of a sudden they offer him a 6-year contract. It's like,
see, that's what I mean.
What is happening?
They're too afraid to take a direction.
They told me they tried, but they couldn't get the right deal for Besser, and that's the plan. There we go. Multiple times, and all of a sudden, here you go. Here's a 6-year contract. You want to stay? Oh, I'm actually surprised Besser took it after what he's been through and how he's been mismanaged the entire time. Right? It's crazy. But I'm glad to have him here. He's one of the good guys, I think, that would help this team. But Vancouver needs to figure some stuff out before the season starts.
Yep.
And because right now, I don't think it's going in any other direction than what it was from last year.
Yeah.
Because I think the same issues, maybe not identical, but similar to where it was last year, are going to happen again. Edmonton Oilers. Oh.
Yeah, no, that's actually what I was going to go. You go ahead, though.
I was just going to say Edmonton Oilers, Connor McDavid contract's up next year. Any idea what he's going to do?
Well, here's the thing. Let's back up a little bit. Edmonton Oilers core 4. It seems like it's 2 stars, like 2 studs, and 2 kind of weak links. How exactly are they going to try and fix that?
So who are the 2 weak links?
Good idea. Good question. I just seen a little graphic, so I was just bringing that up and hoping you'd fill in the blanks.
Okay. Yeah. If you want me to fill in the blanks, the 2 weak links, I think,
Nurse.
Darnell Nurse.
But he's not a core 4.
Technically, I think
he's
class of 4 he's one of the core.
Really?
Yeah, class of 4.
Classified
as one of the core. Yeah.
I don't know. Just spitting names out now.
But
words.
Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl.
Dry's useless.
You can voice your opinions on that.
Mm-hmm.
Draisaitl's useless on. I think he's a good player.
He puts the puck in when it's a perfect pass.
This is true.
Yeah. He's useless. He's stubborn. He's arrogant. And I think that Edmonton needs to get rid of him, but they're not going to. So, because they love him. And you know what? It's going to be funny because people can hate, but they're not going to get a cup with him. So, and this is
Draisaitl's the issue?
He's one of the many, in my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they don't have Evander Kane anymore. So, that helps.
They still have Perry, probably.
Nope.
No.
Perry's gone.
Where'd he go?
Perry went to... Okay, I'll have to get back. Perry is not with Edmonton anymore.
Okay, we'll have to get back to that.
Okay. I will figure that out.
But no, I think Nurse is one of them. And it just seems like, I don't know, if they don't, like, what are they going to change in order to make an actual charge at winning the Cup next year and be able to be a more dominant team than the Florida Panthers. And did they just get lucky this year, or is something actually working? I mean, they have goaltender issues. Their goaltender coach, I think, just left.
For
Edmonton Oilers. I don't know if that's true. It's just something I've seen. Do you know more about that?
No, I don't.
So I don't know. It just seems like everything's kind of rickety and it's all gonna fall apart next year. And I think what they need to do is try to keep everything together a little bit longer to sign McDavid. But if they don't, I mean, who knows where he's gonna be going? What, you like Draisaitl?
I don't mind Draisaitl.
Really?
You know, when he gets angry, he plays really good.
Even Hyman would get his amount of goals if he's, in the same positions.
Hyman's a really good player. You know, he's definitely
here we go.
developed. Okay, I know you have thoughts on Hyman because he's not with Toronto anymore. But he's a really key part of their offense, right? And when he went down in the playoffs, that's kind of when everything started falling apart. I'm not saying that he's the sole reason, but he is a core piece in that offense, right? He is a core piece, and he gets into those dirty areas where they don't have many guys that actually do that, including Draisaitl.
He would have scored 5 goals to put them in the lead.
He could have. Shut
up!
You never know.
You got me there.
But goaltending. You brought up goaltending.
Mm-hmm.
They need a goaltender.
They're not going to make any changes.
I know. They had their chance at getting John Gibson. They failed on that. Now who's left? Fleury out of retirement?
I seen another thing that said that 5 teams actually approached Fleury to try to get him out of retirement and started talking about how thin the goaltending is in the NHL right now.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was interesting because if you think about it, it is pretty thin. It
is. There's not a whole lot out there.
Not a lot of talent, that's for sure.
No. They had their opportunities
to
get a goaltender. I just don't know why they don't. They have faith in Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard.
Yeah.
I would take Calvin Pickard as a backup over Stuart Skinner as a backup.
Yeah.
Hands down. Skinner, I think, needs to go.
Mm-hmm.
I think they need to trade him off, whoever wants him.
Grind him up and blow him in the dust.
And they need to find a good, solid goaltender that's actually going to get you some wins in the playoffs and not hot and cold, right? A steady goaltender, such as Sergei Bobrovsky, who's just solid day in and day out. That's the kind of goaltender they need. But Holla. Anyways, on another note, quickly, before we have to sign off here, Corey Perry is with the Los Angeles Kings.
They were never going to win anyways.
They struggled against the Oilers last year. Mm-hmm. But now Corey Perry's in Los Angeles.
So watch them make the finals next year and lose.
Yeah. They had a really good team in the season, and then, so Corey Perry is now an LA King. We will see them lose in the final next year against the Florida Panthers.
Probably.
Thanks again for watching. Leave us some comments, and we will see you next time.
Adios.